I am attorney Michael Hollins with the Hollins Bankruptcy Law Office, where we practice bankruptcy law in the state of Tennessee as well as in the state of Michigan. So, if you have a bankruptcy related question and you live in those states, feel free to drop it in the comments below. Or if you know that you need the services of a good bankruptcy attorney, give us a call here at 866-862-4557. Now on to the topic for the day. What debts cannot be discharged in Chapter 7? Now there are, as you know, and I preach all the time about debts such as medical bills, credit card bills. We talk about old utility bills, old repossessions, foreclosures, evictions. These are all things that can be discharged in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, even an old vehicle repossession, some state liens, some state fines, city fines, parking tickets. These are all things that, for the most part, can be discharged in Chapter 7. But there are some hard and fast no things that cannot be discharged in Chapter 7. Now, it doesn't mean you don't list them, because the law requires that we have to list everybody you owe. But the fact that you list them does not mean that it's going to be, as of the recording of this video, discharged in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So what are those three things? The three major things, and there are more than three, but there are three main ones that I'm going to touch on today. The first one is student loans. There's a lot of legislation, a lot of talk, a lot of things going on with Congress, with the White House, even locally. There's a lot going on with student loans, and it's dealing primarily with student loan forgiveness. As far as bankruptcy and being able to show that you cannot pay your student loans, you have to prove a hardship. And that is something that can be done, but it doesn't happen in the initial Chapter 7 bankruptcy action. The first action you take would be to file the Chapter 7, and then you would file another action to show that student loans should be discharged as well. So that's the first item. Student loans cannot be discharged in Chapter 7 right off the bat. And there's caveats to everything, but that's the first one that I like to highlight. Now, the second one will be child support or alimony, any type of domestic support order where the court has ordered you to make payment to a ex-spouse or for a child in any domestic capacity. That is a debt that you have to list that you owe if you're behind on that debt. However, filing it in Chapter 7, you will not be able to discharge any domestic support orders that were ordered through the court, whether it is child support, alimony. Those are the two big ones. But there are others. There are other ways that the court could have ordered you to support someone that is part of your family. Now, the third item that I'm going to list here today, and again, they all have caveats, but this one overarchingly is something that we talk about quite often, is taxes. So you owe the IRS. You owe the IRS hundreds, if not maybe thousands of dollars, and they want their money. You're filing bankruptcy. You have to list that you owe the IRS. But taxes that are recent cannot be discharged in bankruptcy. How recent? Last year, last 2 years, last 3 years. Primarily, it's within the last 3 years. However, there are taxes that could be older than 3 years that you cannot discharge as well, depending on when you filed them, how it was filed. There's a lot of caveats in that. But overarchingly, high-level view, recent taxes also cannot be discharged. Now, there are older taxes that can be discharged if they are filed the right way and done correctly, but recent taxes, no. So, to sum up what I said, the three highlighted areas of things that cannot be discharged in Chapter 7. Student loans, at this time, they cannot be discharged right off the bat. Domestic support orders, at this time, they cannot be discharged. And recent taxes and some older taxes cannot be discharged. Now, this should not push you away from using Chapter 7. Again, it's still a wonderful tool, and that it still allows you to get rid of a mountain of debt, thousands of dollars of debt, whether it be loans, credit cards, whether again it be old money owed to an insurance company or money's owed to the state or certain agencies, it still can get you to stop the garnishment, and it can still stop a foreclosure. It can still stop a repossession. So Chapter 7 is wonderful, but I just wanted to highlight for everyone here the things that it cannot discharge. Well, again, I'm Attorney Michael Hollins. If you are in the state of Michigan or Tennessee and you're looking for a good bankruptcy attorney, or you'd like to have a free consultation, give me a call at 866-862-4557. You can schedule that at any time. I'd be happy to talk to you about your situation. Thank you for listening, and please be safe.